Since its debut in 2013, Bravo's Married to Medicine has carved out a unique space among the network's roster of reality TV shows. Unlike other series that focus on nightlife, fashion, or wealth accumulation, Married to Medicine centered on a group of Black women, some married to doctors, others not, who navigated personal and professional lives while balancing friendships, family dynamics, and societal expectations. The show offered a rare glimpse into the lives of affluent Black women in Atlanta, often blending drama with real-world issues like healthcare, education, and social responsibility. Over the years, however, the show has struggled to maintain its original appeal, and it's become increasingly clear that the formula that once made Married to Medicine compelling is no longer working. At its core, Married to Medicine stood out because of its focus on successful Black women in a city known for its thriving medical and academic communities. The cast was composed of accomplished individuals, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and academics, offering viewers an alternative to the more superficial narratives often seen on reality television. In particular, the early seasons featured strong personalities like Dr. Jackie Walters, Nurse Toya Bush-Harris, and Dr. Simone Whitmore, who brought both authenticity and complexity to the screen. What set Married to Medicine apart from other Bravo shows was its ability to balance aspirational storytelling with relatable drama. Viewers saw these women juggling careers, motherhood, and relationships, all while maintaining high standards of professionalism and decorum. The show didn't rely solely on over-the-top confrontations or manufactured feuds. Instead, it highlighted real-life challenges, such as work-life balance, parenting struggles, and navigating complex social circles. This grounded approach resonated with audiences looking for representation beyond the typical tropes of Black womanhood, often portrayed on television. Additionally, the show's setting in Atlanta, a hub of Black excellence and culture, added another layer of richness to the narrative. Atlanta is home to historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, major medical institutions, and a growing class of Black professionals, making it the perfect backdrop for a show about success, ambition, and community. The city itself became a character in the series, offering context for the characters' experiences and aspirations. Despite its promising start, Married to Medicine began to lose its footing around season 6 or 7. While the show had always included some level of interpersonal drama, it started leaning more heavily on conflict-driven storylines rather than the nuanced portrayals that initially defined it. Cast turnover played a significant role in this shift, as key figures like Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone exited the show, leaving behind a void that newer cast members struggled to fill. Newcomers to the franchise often lacked the same level of professional prominence or depth of character that their predecessors had. Instead of showcasing accomplished women managing high-pressure careers, the show increasingly focused on romantic entanglements, petty squabbles, and lifestyle content. While relationship drama is common in reality TV, the lack of balance between personal conflicts and professional accomplishments made the show feel less substantial over time. Moreover, the show began to mirror the stylistic choices of other Bravo franchises, adopting a more sensationalized tone. Story arcs became more serialized and exaggerated, with producers emphasizing tension over substance. As a result, Married to Medicine started to resemble generic reality programming rather than the distinctive brand it once was. The departure from its roots was especially noticeable when compared to other Bravo shows like The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which embraced a more theatrical and chaotic energy from the outset. Another contributing factor to the show's decline was the repetitive nature of its conflicts. Many of the arguments and misunderstandings felt recycled, lacking the freshness that had made earlier seasons engaging. Whether it was disputes over social events, perceived slights at dinner parties, or romantic missteps, the show failed to evolve its narrative structures. viewers began to notice that the same patterns were playing out across multiple seasons, leading to fatigue and disengagement. Audience expectations have also evolved significantly since Married to Medicine first aired. In the early 2010s, reality TV thrived on unfiltered drama and larger-than-life personalities. However, by the late 2010s and into the 2020s, viewers began seeking more authentic and meaningful content. The rise of streaming platforms and documentary-style reality shows created a demand for realism and depth, something Married to Medicine seemed to struggle with as it leaned further into traditional reality TV tropes. Social media also changed how audiences consumed reality television. Fans now expect immediate access to cast members, behind-the-scenes content, and real-time reactions to episodes. While some cast members adapted well to this new landscape, others did not, resulting in a disconnect between what was shown on screen and what fans wanted to see off-screen. The show's inability to fully integrate with digital culture left it feeling outdated compared to other Bravo franchises that had successfully embraced online engagement. Additionally, broader cultural conversations around race, gender, and class influenced how audiences interpreted reality TV. Shows that failed to reflect contemporary issues or offer thoughtful commentary were increasingly criticized. Married to Medicine had the potential to engage with these topics meaningfully, given its focus on Black professionals and their lived experiences. However, the show largely avoided addressing systemic issues or deeper social commentary, opting instead for surface-level entertainment. In response to declining ratings and shifting audience preferences, Bravo and the show's producers attempted to revitalize Married to Medicine through cast changes and format adjustments. Some of these efforts showed promise, particularly when new cast members brought fresh perspectives and storylines. For instance, the introduction of Dr. Gia Elena added a younger voice to the mix, offering insights into millennial career struggles and modern dating culture. Similarly, the return of fan favorite Dr. Jackie Walters in later seasons provided a sense of continuity and stability. However, these revitalization efforts were inconsistent. While certain additions brought excitement, others reinforced the show's declining quality. Newer cast members sometimes lacked the gravitas or personal stakes needed to sustain viewer interest. Additionally, attempts to inject more dramatic flair into the show occasionally came across as forced or artificial, detracting from the authenticity that once made Married to Medicine stand out. One particularly controversial move was the increasing emphasis on male cast members. While some Bravo shows had successfully incorporated husbands and partners into the main narrative, The Real Housewives of New Jersey, for example, Married to Medicine struggled to make this transition work. Male storylines often felt disconnected from the central themes of female empowerment and professional achievement, pulling focus away from the show's core identity. Furthermore, spin-offs and special episodes failed to recapture the magic of the original series. While spin-offs like Married to Medicine, Los Angeles introduced new settings and characters, they also diluted the brand and failed to generate sustained interest. Without the cultural specificity of Atlanta or the established chemistry of the original cast, these expansions felt like half-hearted attempts to prolong the franchise's lifespan rather than genuine creative ventures. If Married to Medicine hopes to remain relevant, it will need to undergo a significant reinvention. Simply recycling old formulas or introducing minor tweaks will not be enough to re-engage disillusioned fans or attract new ones. One potential path forward would be to refocus on the show's original premise, highlighting accomplished Black women and their multifaceted lives. By prioritizing professional achievements alongside personal stories, the show could regain its unique voice and differentiate itself from other reality programs. Another avenue for growth would be incorporating more diverse perspectives within the Black professional community. Expanding the cast to include women from different fields such as STEM, law, entrepreneurship, or public service could add depth and variety to the show's narrative. Additionally, featuring international Black professionals or exploring diasporic identities could broaden the show's appeal and relevance in a globalized world. Embracing a more documentary-style approach could also help Married to Medicine reconnect with audiences. Offering behind-the-scenes looks at the cast members' workplaces, profiling their contributions to their respective fields, or tackling pressing social issues would provide valuable context and elevate the show's content. Such an approach would align with current trends in reality television, where educational and inspirational elements are increasing. Ultimately, Married to Medicine needs to rediscover its purpose. At its best, the show celebrated Black excellence, challenged stereotypes, and provided a platform for underrepresented voices. If it can return to those foundational principles while adapting to modern viewing habits and cultural conversations, there is still hope for the franchise. But if it continues down its current trajectory, relying on tired drama and superficiality, it risks fading into irrelevance. The formula that once worked so well is no longer effective, but with thoughtful reinvention, the show could find its way back to success.